Amazing grace, how sweet thou art. Okay, saving grace. A saving grace. A saving grace is a good quality that stops something from being a total disaster. It's one good quality, or several, that stops something from being completely bad. So the party was a total disaster. No. One saving grace. The music was actually quite good. The film is terrible. But the one saving grace was the fact that I was there with this pretty girl, and that really was a saving grace. So it's the one thing that stops something from being hideous, from being terrible. It's a redeeming quality, a redeeming factor. So you can't trust him, and he's dishonest, and he's a pretty nasty person. But his one saving grace is that he always does what he says. So the saving grace, the one thing that redeems something that would be a total disaster. The holiday was a disaster, but the one saving grace was I met this really interesting guy who I became really good friends with later. So this car, it's terrible. It's old. It guzzles gas. It looks terrible. It's a rust bucket. But it does have one saving grace. It always starts. So you can trust it. A redeeming quality, a redeeming factor. Yeah? If something has defects, or somebody's character has defects, but there's one thing that compensates for their shortcomings. This is a saving grace. Okay, so this is his saving grace. It's he's very good company, and that is his one saving grace. His sense of humour is his saving grace. The dialogue of the film was its saving grace. Okay, he's always late for work, and he doesn't look. He never turns up elegant or anything, but his one saving grace is that he is really good with figures. So a redeeming factor, a redeeming quality. It's expensive, but its saving grace is it's easy to use. One of his saving graces is a good sense of humour. So let's see. My videos. The production quality is abysmal. I'm not some pretty 20-year-old girl who can bat her eyes at you. The sound quality, it leaves a lot to be desired. But my videos do have some saving graces. The content is really good. That I know what I'm talking about, and this is one of the saving graces of my videos. Otherwise they'd be a total disaster. So it's a good quality, or a feature in a person, that prevents it from being completely bad, completely worthless. Notice this is also from theology, and that's why I started singing Amazing Grace at the beginning, is the fact that or in the Christian religion, they believe that no matter what you do, however bad you are, the grace of God is able to forgive your sins. And that's the grace that saves you. So it doesn't matter what you've done. Yeah, God can save you, and you can still go to heaven. So a saving grace, a selling point, a mitigating feature, a redeeming feature. Yeah. let's see. As we get old, there are lots of things that are not good about it. But one of the saving graces is you worry less about what people think. There was only one saving grace. The movie's only saving grace were the dazzling special effects. The only saving grace was your performance as Juliet. The only saving grace was that nobody was injured. Well, nobody except my pride. Okay, so it's the thing that saves this. It's the thing that redeems it. It's the thing that makes it good. So, saving grace. 5.5 informality. Use anywhere. So, saving grace.